Welcome back to the online classes of physics. This is Zonaima Miss back again with electrical conductivity of light. In our previous class we have learned about the conductivity in liquids also, in solids also, and we have even learned about the in vegetables also. Alright, and we have learned why LED is used always in the all the circuits or the as indicators or everything, right? Wherever, why do we use LEDs? So in today's class we are going to learn about the electrolytic cell and what is electroplating. So electrolytic cell is nothing but we are going to produce our own, we can make our own electrolytic cell. How we can do that we will learn now. So what we are going to do, we are going to collect two injection bottles, okay, and we are going to cut two 5 centimeter long bits of thick copper wire. Use sandpaper to scrap about 1 centimeter of coating off both ends of the wires. So break open an exhausted dry cell. We have already learned about the dry cell in our previous classes, and remove it outer metal covering which is of zinc, right? We will just remove it. Cut 2 mm wide and 5 centimeters long strips from the zinc plate. Insert the copper wire and zinc strips into the rubber caps of the injection bottles as shown here in the figure. Okay, ensure that copper wire and zinc wire do not touch each other. They should not touch each other. You should maintain a little distance like of 1 centimeter at least and fix it into the rubber cock. So what we will do, we will connect the copper wire to the zinc. Okay, one copper wire will fix up with the zinc. So suppose this is your copper wire and this is your zinc wire. Okay, this is your copper wire and this is your zinc wire. So we are filling this with sulfuric acid. Okay, H2SO4. We are filling it with dilute sulfuric acid. Now one end of the zinc is connected to the other end of the copper wire. We are connecting with this one connecting wire. Okay, we are connecting with the connecting wire. We are connecting zinc to the copper and another copper to the LED and zinc to the LED. Okay. Now attach two wires to its terminal. Touch the wire from one terminal to the zinc plate and the wire from the other terminal to the copper wire. So did the LED light up? So whether the light is glowing or not, we will see that. How? See, when you immerse zinc and copper wires into dilute sulfuric acid for a few seconds, zinc slowly begins to dissolve in sulfuric acid. Zinc will slowly start dissolving in the sulfuric acid. We can see even the bubbles forming on the copper rod. So the current is passed from the copper rod. These rods are known as electrodes and the sulfuric acid is known as electrolyte. So what is happening? The rod which is conducting the electricity is called as electrode. Okay, and this solution is now called as electrolytic solution. Okay, electrolytic solution or electrolyte. What it is called? Electrolytic solution or electrolyte. And here you can see that the chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. So what are the chemicals we are using? It is getting converted into electrical energy. So this process is called as electrolysis method. So what it is called? It is called as electrolysis method. If they ask you, write about the electrolysis method and an experiment, you can write this about this experiment. Okay. So the next thing we are going to learn about electroplating. What is electroplating? How is the process of electroplating takes place? So now what is electroplating? So what is electroplating? See, any metal is being covered by some other color, then it is called as plating. For example, we have gold, we have rings, we have our bicycle. When you or our bike, when you see there is a scratch due to some accident or due to any purpose, you can see that the shine of that particular place will go. Why it will go? because there have been some electroplating done, because of some plating coat has been applied on that. That's why now it has, due to some scratch on it, that coating has moved. Okay, so that will lead to the loss of shine of that particular area. So scratching of such objects removes some coating from the surface, and we can see a relatively dull surface below the coating. Safety pins, when they are new, you see them, they are very shiny. Okay, when you are seeing safety pins, when they are new, you can see that they are very shiny. Yeah. However, with the repeated use, they lose their brightness of shining. Repeated handling makes the coating of pins wear off and the non-shiny metal beneath it is exposed. So the shining gets lost and the actual metal, whatever is there, that will get exposed. That will come out. So to this we will do one experiment, some activity to know about the coating on any metal. Okay, for example, we will do your coating an iron key with copper by electroplating method. What we are going to do, we are going to coat this iron key. We are going to coat an iron key with the copper, and we are going to see what change, how it is possible and how this changes takes place. For this, what are the apparatus required is nothing but we are going to use one copper plate of size 2 centimeters and 5 centimeters, crystals of copper sulfate, a key made by iron, glass beaker, water, sulfuric acid, battery and some connecting copper wires. You may take a thick copper wire and hammer it to flatten instead of the above mentioned copper plate. So what is the procedure? We are going to see what is the procedure now. What we are going to do, we are going to take dissolve the crystals of copper sulfate in pure water to prepare the concentrated solution, which is deep blue in color. Okay, we will prepare one copper sulfate solution. So what we are going to do, we are going to first take a glass container. Okay, then pour the solution in a beaker and add few drops of dilute sulfuric acid to it. Why? Because acid helps in increasing the conductivity of electrolyte. So what we are going to do, we are going to, whatever copper sulfate solution we have prepared, we are going to place in it, and plus we are going to even add the sulfuric acid. Yes, we are going to add sulfuric acid. Now what we are going to do, we are going to tie one end of the connecting copper wire to the iron object, that is key, to be coated with copper. Connects its other negative end to the terminal of the battery. So this is your copper solution, right? So one end, what we are doing, this is your copper and one is your key. This is your iron key, right? So what we are doing, we are connecting it to battery. Yes. So this is on. Okay. Now what we are doing, we are suspending the copper plate into the copper sulfate solution from the positive terminal and of the battery through a switch. Okay. We are just placing the copper plate from the positive. Yes, from the positive terminal. Now care should be taken that the key and the plate do not touch each other. They should maintain a proper distance. Put the switch on for 10 minutes. Now keep this switch on for 10 minutes. Now let us see what is going to happen. So when the electric current is passing through the copper sulfate, this is the copper sulfate, which is light blue in color, right? When this electric current is passing through the copper sulfate solution, in which the copper sulfate is present in the form of copper, Cu and sulfate, Cu2+ and sulfate ion, right? So what is happening? The free copper ions are drawn to the electrode connected to the negative terminal of the battery and gets deposited on this. So this positive gets attracted towards the negative side and they get coated on this key. Thus one metal is coated with another metal. This process is called as electroplating. If the key is to be coated with zinc or aluminium instead of copper, then we can use zinc or aluminium as the plate here. In electroplating, an inferior metal which are affected by the atmospheric humidity, carbon dioxide, etc. is coated with superior metals which are not affected by the humidity or oxygen. Okay, so the metals which are getting which are, for example, if you take rust, if you take iron, this is getting rust, because it forms rust when it is getting oxidized. When it is getting in contact with the oxygen, it gets oxidized and the rust formation takes place. So to avoid this rust, what we can do, we can just paint it with any other color. So when you are applying this paint, it does not comes in contact, the iron does not comes in contact with the oxygen present in the atmosphere, and thus avoid the rust formation. So this painting is nothing but it is called as electroplating. So what it is called? It is called as electroplating. So what do we see the similar uses? What are the uses we can see is, electroplating is widely used in industries for coating metals, objects with thin layer of different metals. For examples, metal like iron, as I said, to avoid the oxidization, that is rust formation, and you can even see the nickel objects. The chromium machinery parts are often chromium plated to protect them from corrosion, at the same time given to the good polish. Sometimes electroplating is done with a view to repair the worn parts of other machineries. In such cases, the suitable metal is deposited on the affected part of the machinery by the electroplating method. So this method is also used in ornament and decorations. For example, we have gold jewelries, we have gold plated jewelries also. See, in market so many gold plated jewelries, silver plated jewelries, platinum plated jewelries, they are available. So there the gold is not used, but some amount of gold is used for the plating of the ornament, right? So such are also called as gold electroplating objects. Yes, with this we finish our electrical conductivity of light, and I hope it is very easy and understandable. Kindly go through all the videos and try to understand and obey your parents, listen to your parents, and kindly do understand what your parents are saying and try to obey them. Thank you.